Welcome, guys, to the Young, the Leading Leadership Edition, live on Distant Leadership platform. So we're going to be having Mr. Charles today, and sorry for being late. So we're going to be actually waiting for him. So we're going to be live on Mixer today. Okay. Thank you very much. What else, sir?
Hi, Miracle. How you doing?
So I'm so sorry for being late. I was actually trying to set up for the Mixer. I wanted to be live on Mixer as well. Those young people that say they don't have enough data. So that's why I was setting up. So sorry.
Mixer,
Can you hear me?
is that an app? I can hear you.
Okay. I can't hear you clearly. That's why.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Still low.
Wow. Okay. How about now?
Okay, it's getting better.
Let me try. But I can hear you.
Okay, that's good. So, so first of all, read your introduction, and then I will go live on Mixer. So, Mr. Charles is a writer, a business consultant, an inspirational speaker, as well a writer. He focuses his team on business development and brand management, strategies, and economics. Mr. Charles has spoken to thousands of large audience through his TED Talk, Think Like a Change Maker, and a TV program, Breaking the Coconut Show. His presentation are both descriptive and prescriptive and speaks to a wide range of groups from the fields of business science, telecoms, marketing, medicine, education. Mr. Charles is the author of Breaking the Coconut, his first book, which has transformed into a TV series. He partners with numerous organizations to assist them building their business strategies and leapfrog their returns on investment. He's a prolific public speaker with a knack for developing young people, mentoring them for career opportunities in various industries. He leads okay, that's hard, but let me just at the Breaking Coconut International in building world-class management consultancy for global brands. That is Mr. Charles. Welcome very much, sir.
Thank you, Miracle. My pleasure. Can you hear me?
Okay.
Now? Is it clear?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's a little bit still low.
How about now?
Very good. Yes, I can hear you very well now.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you very much for accepting my invitation. I'm very, very grateful, sir. Very, very grateful.
Same here. Well done with what you're doing. I hope we have much time to do what has to be done.
Thanks so much. Okay. So the platform is yours, sir. I'm with my pen.
Okay. Good to be here. So, like we know, this is meant to be a conversation. So, feel free to ask me what you think you want me to respond to, and we'll take it up from there.
Okay. So, the first thing is the fact that many times young people are actually confused about their rules and how to actually play.
Greetings to those around. Welcome to those on your platform. Those that are around. Welcome. I can see Robinson Riot 04.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Mr. Robinson is actually from Canada and he's a writer as well too.
Okay. Mr. Robinson, good to see you.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay, we're good to go now. So I think we have people who wanted to join. So I think we have people that are live on Mixer as well.
Is it another social media app?
Yeah, Pixel. It's like it's audio.
Okay, audio. Perfect.
Yeah, perfect. So I think because I get messages from young people saying that America won't be part of it, but I don't have data for Instagram, so we made it easier so that
Okay.
what those who can join on Instagram will join, and those who will to actually join live on Mixer will also join as well.
Okay, perfect. Makes much sense.
Okay, so we're good. Sir. So the motive behind this topic is the fact, because if I have young people who tell me, Miracle, I don't know how to go about it. I don't know how to play my role in actually making Nigeria a better place. I don't know how to actually make myself how can I put it? Like most times it has to do with identity, about the fact that they know their potentials, they know they have abilities, but how do they play their role in making Nigeria a better place and at the same time making themselves a better persons for their family and for their communities and the nation at large. So that's why the topic is about young leaders playing their role, taking their place in leadership as young leaders.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah. So so good. Firstly, good thing you're doing. The good thing about what you're doing is that sometimes these are drops of water in the ocean. That's how it looks like. But sometimes people get their own aha moment, not immediately. They get it later on. So you might not see the effect of what you're doing. It might be just one person you're connecting to, and that's your work is done. So when it comes to how young people can become better and also be responsible and also help, the first thing I always say is that okay, first thing I would say is take out time to figure out who you are, because it's easy for you to mirror. It's easy for you to look around and think you are not what everybody is. It's easy for you to compare yourself with someone else without going back. First is, where are you on your own journey? When I mean where are you on your own journey, how old are you? What level of, where are you? Are you in school? Are you out of school? What are those? Profile yourself. Do a profile of who you are. Let's figure out where you are on this journey. Then when you profile yourself, then we start from there to figure out what can you do, what are your inner strengths, what are those things that come naturally to you. Then that's where to start from. The mistake sometimes we make is that we look at, like I said, we look at others and we mirror others' journey with ours, forgetting that we're completely different people. And they might be, most of them might be almost ending their journey. They might be midway in their own journey. Meanwhile, you're just starting and you're all wondering, oh God, how me? When will it be my own time? And you waste time. So I'm like, figure out where you are, then figure out your own inner strength. Then what I also think works very well is that you take out time to find out people you can model your own life around. People call them mentors. Trust me, you can only go as far as what you can see. If you don't have most of the time a mirror, something you're mirroring your journey with, you would most of the times play in circles. So take out time to find out people like mentors that can help you on your own journey, people that could hold your hands. And they might not come on a platter of gold. It might mean you also being loyal to them. It might also mean you also doing looking at what their own needs are and trying to fit in. But don't ever, it would the responsibility of doing this thing on your own would drain you, because it's not about you completely. Let me go back to where it started from. It started from God thinking that He finds you useful to come to earth, not to be useful to yourself, but to be useful to the people He has sent you to. So if you take out time to figure out that part of the journey and figure out that you're not just useful to yourself, you're part of the contribution to a bigger cause. So take out that time to seek for help from people that are ahead of you, and build from you. But don't ever, nobody does this thing alone. So take out time to be self-aware, figure your own. I say self-awareness because that's where we all miss it. You can't be like every other person. There's something that makes you unique. And one way to be self-aware is that you must read books, you must consume. The things you consume always comes out later on. It's like you eat rice. In Nigeria, you eat Niger jollof. At the end of the day, you go to the toilet. It's what you ate that you finally excrete. So if you don't feed yourself with some things that will be useful to you, you would always, what will come out and always make sense. So be very intentional about what you feed yourself with, and that's feeding yourself from your mind and your own thoughts. And at the end of the day, it's a long marathon. It's not even you might never get it when you think you will, but at the end of the day, you would have developed grip on the journey. So it's not something that you get immediately. So I think that helps. on your own journey.
Wow. Wow. Okay. So I do so when I was inviting you, when I was going to invite you,
Yeah.
I checked when I checked your profile. You know what struck me was I felt okay, like the theme for this year is actually the young leader. So what struck me
Okay.
was the fact that I said, wow, this one is young. I'm like, okay, how do you get here? How do you because of the truth is growing up as a child, I had always seen people do well in their field. And I was always wondered, how did they do it? When I've discovered that principles is what actually makes people be where they are. It's not magic. So now I'm actually asking, now, how did you get to where you are at this stage of your life? What were the things you did? What was the mindset you were building that actually got you to this stage of your life? Because I believe this is not magic. You didn't just get here. There are things you had to put in place. There are things you had to make sacrifices for. There are things that you had to drop. How did you come against it? Because I believe young people that are watching this are going to be watching this later on. Read your profile,
Yeah.
and how did you challenge the stereotype? Yes, exactly. The stereotype. How did you challenge it that okay, oh, how did you feel like I think I'm capable? Didn't you feel at a point in life that I'm not capable or can I do this or I can't do this?
Okay. So every one of us that is a human that is alive has at one stage been scared. We've all been scared
Mm,
that we're not good enough. We've all been scared that we can't do it. However, what finally makes all of us different is that some of us live in our fears, some of us do it with the fear, and so 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 all of us are scared that we can't achieve it. All of us are every human being, even Jesus Christ at one stage had to cry to his father. So it shows that it's in each and every one of us. But what
mm,
happens is that's not the issue. What happens is what you do with it. So the journey is that for young people. So let's go back to those in school. I keep saying that university or the polytechnic or that stage of education is very important to you. The kind of friends you have around. I think most of the best friends I finally made were friends I made from university. Most of them were not even classmates. They were people that we so when you're in university, I always advise get involved in organizations, get involved in because everybody, the university is the place where you find people that think like you. Find out your own tribe and be with them and be able to experiment life with them. With that, you can have history. So if I've known you for the past 5 years, there's a tendency for me to understand who you are with time, and the tendency for me to become to either trust you or have a food I have for you that I'll be like, I can't do business with you. So sometimes, so how you start is that you start with having be intentional when you're young, of the kind of friends you have. They help you. You can never do this journey alone. Your friends will be able to see who you are, where you're going to. Those that will be truthful to tell you you're messing up. This path you're going won't lead you in the right direction. So you need people like that. You don't need praise singers around you if you're truthful to yourself. You need people that will tell you the truth. What's the ROI of this? What's the return on investment? How much money are we making? Why are you wasting your time? You need people to tell you that. If you don't have people like that in your life, there's a big problem. So the journey is that do an audit of everybody in your own circle, and do an audit of yourself. Are you valuable to someone? Are you really so it's easy for us to look at the next person and say they are not adding value to us. Are you really adding value to your friends? If I call 10 of your friends, what would they say about you consistently? So be what you mirror. Be the prayer you're even praying for to the people around you, and somehow it comes back to you. So you can't play the game in isolation. So you start early in. I've talked about friendship. I've talked about the things you feed yourself with, mindset, and you have to be stubborn. Life is you must be very stubborn with
mm.
yourself. You can't. It's not possible for you to. You can't do life. Least anybody had ever come to close to anything. You have to be hard on yourself. Why you have to be hard on yourself is that that's the only way you get results. You can't be young twice. You'll be young once, and
Wow.
once you are able to um, get past that youthful state, some things become patterns. Some people know that they can't bring something to your table, not because you've told them, but because they've seen you from time to time get past that stage. So understand that you can't be liked by everyone, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're not selling ice cream. You can't. Why should everyone like you? Like they say, you must. if you're the kind of if you really want to keep pleasing people, then you're not ready yet, because you're unfair to yourself. You're the different person. So be ready to be unliked, but always be clear about where you're going. And when you're not clear, have people that tell you, try to analyze your own life for you. So don't play the isolation game. Have strong people that are truthful to you. Be also truthful to them, so that the network is also feeding off each other. So it's not just one-sided. Don't be a parasite. Don't always collect. Always give, because at the end of the day, you'll be found out, if not by your friends, but the real people will find out that you're always good at collecting. Always also give, and at the end of the day, somehow God always leads most of us to our destination. So I think that helps in the beginning for some of us.
Wow. Okay, sir. So there are two areas which I would actually want to address, and one is the area of your place being greener on the other side, and like the expectation of a greener pasture on the other side, and where you are. So a lot of young people complain that I've been trying this, it's not working, and they keep thinking that there is a greener pasture on the other side. So how do, for example, let me use the business sector. Young people are into business and they're still in school, and they're saying, "Miracle, I've been doing this business for 2 years now." Like a lady I spoke to recently, she was saying, "Miracle, I don't know, my business is not going anywhere. I do buying and selling, so I order from China, but it's not going well." And they keep saying, "I think I need to travel out. I think I need to actually travel out. When I travel out, I think I will make it over there, but it's not working here." So what would you say about young people with such expectation about thinking that there's a greener pasture on the other side, and therefore they do not want to actually understand that there's something that they should be doing where they are? So what can you say about young people with such, that find themselves in such scenario?
Okay, it's a good idea to dream. It's a good idea to have big ideas. It's a good idea to travel. I think it was, I can remember Saint Augustine. Yes, he said, he who travels reads twice, or something like that. So what it means is, I've forgotten the quote, but it talks more about you get education. I think he that travels gets education twice. It's an amazing thing to travel. The world is, I feel it's an unfair thing for you to live on earth for the number of years and just experience one place, and maybe go to hell or heaven and see people from different parts of the world. So I think it's good to travel. It's a good thing to travel. However, it's always good to have people ahead of you that will be able to measure your. So it's easy for you to. It's easy for me to tell you this is not working for me, and this is working for me. Meanwhile, there's some things I'm meant to have done right, I'm not doing. So, and the only way for you to know how to do this is that you have to have someone you're accountable to. You can't see. There's some things you can never see. It's not age. It's not, you're in a bubble. So you can't. You always need someone that is ahead of you. So I talked about you having a team. In your team, don't be the smartest person in your team. Don't be the only one that knows. Be ready to be questioned. Be ready to have people that will question you. Be ready to be a fool. Ready to unlearn and be learned. So you can't. You might be doing. It might not be working. It might simply mean that you need to tweak something. It might simply mean you need to do it another way. It might not mean that you're not getting it. It might also mean that that's not who you are. It might also mean that. So it might mean several things. But the only way you'll be able to get a full diagnosis of it is when you meet people that are ahead of you and understand that part of business you're in. So have people you model, and from time to time reach out to them, and don't always don't plan with your circle. Always roll with people that are ahead of you, and don't always roll with them because they're ahead of you. Always bring something to their own table while you also learn. It helps you grow faster. So you might be doing everything right, and you might just need one. It might simply be something you're not doing right. It might not be you completely also. So, but you will never know until you meet someone that helps you to be accountable on this journey. Yeah, I hope that helps you.
Wow. Okay, so the other area now is what was this? What was it? Okay, so how do we address the place of competition? So let's say the topic is taking a place as young leaders, and we found that our place is in the tech, and now we find a competitor being like, now it looks like the competitor has been an enemy. But the truth is that the end goal of all of this is to actually empower ourselves, at the same time empower our community and our nation at large. So how do we address the issue of competition with same people that we actually roll with, that we are still in the same sector, in the same industry together? How do we beat competition? How do we beat competition basically?
Okay, I think competition is a very good thing. I think I love competition as long as it makes you become better. The only problem I have is when your perception to competition, and this is what I mean. Some people, some of us see competition as, so you always need someone that makes you bring out your A game. You can't be around people that make you play. You can't be always coming. You need someone that challenges you. It's like the Messi Ronaldo conversation. Um, whether we like it or not, Ronaldo lived in Spain and made the El Clasico not as competitive as it used to be. So whenever you see a Ronaldo and a Messi on the team, they both bring in their A game. The foolish ones among us are competing and looking at who is better. Trust me, 10 years from now, we'll figure out what they did. That what they did was they created an amazing legacy that we finally see, if there was no Messi or Ronaldo, I don't think they would have lasted for close to a decade, because the fact that the other one knows that this one is here, they up their ante, and they up the ante to a level that the rest of the players are like, you're having a name and never become the best footballer. You're having great players that can never come close. It's not that they're not good. It's not that they have guys that have stepped the ante. So that's what competition does for you. You need people in your life that will make you raise the bar so that you stop playing small. However, while raising the bar, understand that it's for your growth. So you can't stretch and become the same person you are. But don't always look at competition as always see it as something you could learn from. It's like the Coke and Pepsi competition. Coke and Pepsi could compete from now to tomorrow. But the moment you see where they are doing ads, you laugh because they understand what they are doing. It's fun. So, but the foolish ones think that they are competing. No, they're having fun, man. They're having good fun. So the idea is I see competition as an opportunity to, because once someone pushes you to go for that, you can't be the same person you were. So always see it like that. Trust me, if you don't have people that make you, that push you, you'll remain ordinary. So you need it in your own journey. You need people that will make you uncomfortable. But always understand that you're competing against the former version of you, not them. So if I was version 1, at the end of this competition, I'm version 3. The idea is that the next time I'm version 5. I'm not competing with you. I'm improving in my own version. So you always need people that help us step up our own game on the journey, and they make us better. So that's what finally happens with competition. So I don't think it's unhealthy. It's healthy as long as it is useful to you.
Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much. I don't know much. I'm really learning a lot right now. So I think the last but not the least is um, how have you been able to deal with your downtimes in your field?
Okay.
You know, the how do they put it? Some people believe that there's nothing like downtime, there's nothing like failures. But how have you been able to actually
Yeah.
deal with your failures? How have you been able to deal with those times that you felt you were not making impact, those times you felt that you're not being productive? And how did you change the feeling? And how did you get back to track of feeling like, okay, you're being impactful?
Okay, so I think I tried in the beginning to explain that we're all humans. But firstly, I think we're in an era where we've had more suicide, we've had more depression, we've had more mental health cases. Not because it's worse, but because several things are in our faces. We have new metrics that were not there in the era of our parents, and technology is staring at us in the face. And most of us are foolish enough to think that by looking at someone else's progress level, that we measure where we are going to. So sometimes you need people in your life to tell you the truth. The truth is this, that you are going to have good times and bad times. Let's be clear about it. No matter how high or good you are, you need someone to have told you this. If no one tells you this, your bad time will look like the end of the world. You need to understand that that's what will come. Then you also need to understand that you're human and you're not and So if you fail in an event, you did not fail, you didn't just get it right. So most of those things, sometimes we attach our success to some of those things. I used to be like that until I understood that some of those things were just events. So instead of you saying I failed at this, I didn't get it right, man. I didn't get that thing right. I didn't fail. You can't fail. The moment we personalize our failures, that moment we take it very personal. So you must be truthful to yourself. You must have a growth mindset of understanding that you didn't get it. Does not mean, because there are several things you can do very well that others can't do, and I'm not trying to pity you. I'm trying to tell you what it is. I'm saying that you must understand that these things happen, and have a circle of people you're vulnerable with. So you can't be Superman and be Superwoman. You must have people in your own circle. That's how I see, build a network of people that you can once in a while talk to. And I'm not saying people that will gossip. People will have a circle of people that you can trust and you also trust them. It's hard to find where everybody wants to screenshot your last conversation and want to tell everybody what you've told them. But that's the work you have. Find people that like that you're going to trust. Then also take time to have people that have a mentor, have a coach you could always have seek professional advice from. Because most of the things that I've seen that bring young people in this era is like, figure out why they committed suicide. I'm not doing my best. I don't think I've done my best. And I'm like, what kind of, like, how old are you? It's true that if we compare our age to most of our parents, sometimes our parents did amazing things in their time. But you see the mistake we have. The future is uncertain, and one of the best lessons. No, as long as you're always moving. See, you will never get to this point you are if you shot your life yesterday. Always tell yourself that you have no idea of what the future is. Don't be the one to, man. Always understand that these things happen and tell yourself that, man. See, the best people you know in this world have had the worst kind of failure, but they have a very strong, their mindset is so strong. They understand that this is like this, these things will come and go. Always see wealth or those things that make you feel high. Always see them as a season, even biblically. I think the story of Joseph in the Bible, where the Egyptians had an era of plenty. There was an era of plenty when they had a Joseph. And the only thing Joseph did that was smart was that in their era of plenty, he saved for them. And when they got to their era of scarcity and lack in the whole world, he brought out what he saved. If he was not smart enough to save, the world would have still been messed up. So what we're saying is that life has seasons as long as you're always putting one step ahead and you have people around you that are truthful to tell you this. So don't always think that yours is worse. It will always happen if you're silo, if you play this game on your own, if you're always doing it on your own. But the moment you have people around you that you can talk to and you're also truthful to yourself, it's a cycle, it will come and go. So when you have, celebrate, but don't think that that's who you are. It was a season. So when you don't have, also always remind yourself it's a season.
I can hear you.
And try to make sure what it says. Okay, can you hear me now?
Let me see. Okay, I can hear you now.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said these things happen in seasons. So understand what your season is, and always make effort. So I'm not trying to motivate you. I'm trying to tell you what it is. You must always make effort. As long as you're making effort, you stand a better chance compared to when you judge yourself and conclude that you're not where you're meant to be. So always put one step ahead and be sure you have people that can always profile what you're doing and tell you either you need to realign or so I also have people in my life that tell me, "Come, we need to re-strategize." They're the best people you need in your own team. You don't need praise singers around you as you grow and evolve on this journey. And you would always get people that are truthful if you're also truthful to them. So don't find it hard to also tell people the truth and being scared of what they will do. So I think it's a two-way street, and God help you get it right. So
Wow.
It's a journey.
Wow. Well, thanks so much, sir. Thank you so much. I am very, very for accepting this invitation. So before we allow our speakers go, we'll just ask them. You spent years of experience, you've had experience, you've dealt with different set of people, you've dealt with different set of sectors, industries, companies, all over. What advice would you give to young people at this stage of your life? With what you know, it's what you've gained so far. What advice and what's the pressing thing in your heart that you want young people to understand and know at this stage?
You will not be young forever. So make use of it. You can't be young forever, make use of it, and don't stop giving yourself excuses that you're still young. One day you'll figure out that you're no longer young, and it's the season of life. So make sure you do what you can do at that time. That's the opportunity you have. That's the edge you have. And in an era of social capital where you know people because of not meeting them, make sure your reputation can open doors for you compared to your physical cash. Make sure you have a reputation that is stronger than your physical cash. And hey, always put one step ahead. Take it one day at a time, but be hard on yourself. Be hard on yourself because your role is to make impact. Your role is not to be. It's easy for us to count all the problems we have, as in, if we list all the problems Nigeria has, they are all valid things, very, very valid. The government is not good, there is insecurity, all those are valid things, very, very valid. But ask yourself, tell yourself one thing, man. At the end of the day, man, I need to get myself out of here. I need to sort myself. The moment you're selfish about it on your own, you understand that this is your life and you have to sort it. You start shutting your ears to things that are also truth, but you don't need to distract you. Be careful of the kind of energy you get around you, because your energy can mess up your whole day. I'm not saying that these things don't happen. I'm saying we need to keep you sane for you to get to the next stage. Don't feed up pity parties. Don't feel comfortable telling us all the problems and the things that are going wrong. It's good, but it won't last for so long. Only you figure out that you're no longer young and life has happened. So understand you're in a season of your life, make the best of it, enjoy it, and God help you make the next season becomes better. So I hope that makes sense.
Wow. Thanks so much, sir. Thanks so much. Thank you so much. I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. Thanks so much. So I think we're going to actually get to go and then, but Venture, I think some young people, whenever they listen to this, let me check whether we have messages on Mixel. So, okay. So we don't have any messages yet. So, but Venture, I'm actually, in case they send the message, I would actually get them across to you and then I'll get them back to them.
No, it's okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well done with what you're doing. Well done. Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah.